Hi everyone, Ian Barnett here, coming to you from the Gold Coast Marathon, where my son-in-law has been part of that race. It's fantastic up here in Queensland, but I'm just reminded about running a race that as a grandparent, you know we can't do all that we want to do in a short space of time. Being a grandparent is like running a marathon. It takes time. You can have certain points in the race where you think, I can't go any further. But let me encourage you to come along to our 6th National Grandparent Conference being held on the 16th of September at Figtree Anglican Church, and be part of being equipped and encouraged to run our own marathon as we seek to pass on a living faith legacy to our grandkids. Take care and God bless.
I'm Lotz, and like you, I know we're looking at the next generation, and I'm appalled. Somehow, you and I, and others like us, are not being effective in passing the truth that leads to faith in Jesus to the next generation. Why is that? And if you and I don't leave that faith, if we don't pass on the truth that leads to faith to the next generation, who will? I believe this is a vital issue today. And I look at my father's ministry as he preached to over 200 million people face to face, sharing the gospel. There were millions of people who responded and put their faith in Jesus, but what happened to them? And what happened to their families? And what's happened to their children and their grandchildren? So I look back at my family heritage and see that my great-grandparents passed that truth that led to faith in Jesus to my grandparents. They passed it to my parents. My parents passed it to me. I passed it to my children. I've passed it to my grandchildren. And I look at that and I want to tell you that what makes me aware as I look back at that history is not anything we did right, because I see, at this age, you see so many mistakes and failures, but it's God's grace and His faithfulness. And yet at the same time, I know that there were things that were done to make that effective. And I was recently asked that question. I was in Jerusalem at the City of David, and the Israeli guide said, Mrs. Lotz, how was it that truth that led to faith was passed from generation to generation in your family? And I told him that it wasn't an accident. It wasn't good luck. It was very intentional. So if you and I want to pass truth that leads to faith to the next generation, we also need to be very intentional. And there are some things that we can do to just underscore what God is seeking to do in our families. And if you've not come from a heritage like that, then you can start one as parents and grandparents. So join me at the Leaving a Living Legacy Conference, and we'll go into more details, not only from myself but other speakers, and see if we can be more effective in passing that truth that leads to faith in Jesus to the next generation. So God bless you. I hope to see you there.